I can't cut you loose though without talking to you about Milo. I love Milo. I find him to be absolutely insufferable most of the time. I could barely watch, and I'm not the one that
you watched it with me. My show.
I had a hard time getting through it, but I suggested it to Gavin. I've managed to make my way on. I paid Gavin for the first time. I'm paying for content. I think he's absolutely hilarious. One of the funniest men on the planet right now. And on one of my calls, I said, you really need to, look up Denise McAllister, great writer. She might be good on the podcast. Cause I know you said, I don't know if I'm good at the video and the audio and stuff like that. I'm a writer. And I read your book, most of it. And you're a brilliant writer. And I love the, Ryan Katsu Rivera, he calls him a co-host. He's really his producer. Their chemistry is unbelievable. And I happened to mention to him, hey, she'd be great for the Island of Misfits, as he calls it. If you're banned, we got you. Joe Biggs, Milo. Huh?
I'm Molly the doll.
So,
the cowboy riding the ostrich. That's who he is.
I love him. So anyway, I tried to watch you on with Milo, and he just wouldn't let you speak. He's like, I really appreciate him. He's different. He's not my kind of guy. Even if I was gay, he wouldn't be my kind of guy. But I appreciate his flamboyancy and whatnot, but he just wouldn't let you get a conversation going. And I just kept saying, I sent you a DM like, man, okay. And I said it to actually, one of my calls on with Gavin, my cell was cutting out and he had a really bad echo with it. When I had the earbuds in, it was almost impossible to make the call. But he managed through the garble. He managed to get, with that gay, just shut his mouth. If it was all cut up and everything. So tell me about your experience on with Milo Yiannopoulos.
I love Milo. Milo. I defended Milo back, when all of it went down with him. And even before that, when people were calling him a racist, he was part of that alt-right mischievous group.
Homophobe.
Yeah, the homophobe who's homosexual. Who's a racist who's married
to a black guy. Yeah.
Very weird. And so I defended him back then. And a lot of people don't understand, how I can align, with Milo, my criticism of homosexuality itself. They don't understand, I don't reduce people like other people do. I mean, Milo is a fully integrated human being with many, many different facets to him. And I adore and love many aspects of him and him as a human being, even if I disagree with him on some things. And so I came to defense. So that kind of put me on the bad side of all the cool people when I defended Milo back in the day. And then, of course, when it happened with me, he came to my defense as well, because we both understand what's going on. And several homosexuals came to my defense. Actually, it was really kind of like, guys, yeah, thank you. You actually get it. And I think one reason why is that as homosexuals, they understand what real homophobia and nastiness and cruelty looks like because they've lived it and they know what it doesn't look like. And, it's kind of like when not to deviate into something really horrible, but the whole Me Too movement and women complaining about rape and all this. I'm really critical of a lot of these women because I have been raped and I know what it looks like and I know what it feels like and I know what that is. And so don't try to, don't downplay. I'm not going to have sympathy for someone who gets flirted with when she doesn't want to. It's just not.
Regrets the sex afterwards.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, you went to the hotel room when, well, anyway, I'll get myself in trouble if I get there. Yeah. But Milo, going on the show, he invited me, he blurbed my book. So he's, which is great. I really am grateful to him for that. And he invited me on the show. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, he does talk, but I love to hear him talk. I mean, maybe it didn't bother me because I could just listen to him talk all day. I really can. I think he's brilliant and funny. And
he's all of that, and he's completely full of himself, which is part of the character. I get it. And now that I'm remembering it, yeah, you guys are doing shots of Screech or some stuff.
No, I brought him a gift of moonshine from North Carolina.
Yeah, well, that's Screech, whatever. Yeah. They call it that.
So he was like bringing it on the show, making me drink it.
Like straight, just white lightning alcohol?
Yeah.
Moonshine. 180 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Like fire.
But it was good to talk to him because he really understood the deplatforming that's going on, the cancel culture that's going on. And even if you disagree with someone that don't like how they said something, it's not cause to completely ruin their career. And so he had a little fun bet with Meghan McCain, who's also part of the whole council thing with me.
And started a whole series of beautiful memes of, I was at your wedding, Denise. Or,
I was at your wedding, Denise. I loved how he said that. He said it like 4 times. I was like, that is hilarious. I almost want to take that recording and put him saying that as a ringtone for my ring. I'm going to do that. I am. I'm going to take Milo and say, you're at my wedding, Denise. And that British accent and sass that he has. I'm going to do it.
Sass for sure.
My husband will be horrified, but I'll do it.
Now, who joined you on that show? He really knew his place. He was good enough to just let you two go at it. I think he maybe.
Oh, Joe, who was the.
Who was it?
Who was the other? Joe, I can't remember his last name. He's one of the Proud Boy leaders.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't Biggs, was it?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Not Joe Biggs, no. It was a good opportunity just to talk and about what happened. Also, just about some things about sexuality and the foundation of marriage and Christian culture, which Milo gets. And it's good for people to rally together and try to understand what's going on in the politics today, even on the right, and stand firm and support each other, and build new platforms that really Gavin is definitely working on that in his way, and I applaud them in their efforts. I mean, we need to not be cutting each other out on the right for things like that. I mean, just we can't. The war against a totalitarian left that has abandoned reason and objective reality is so important today that silencing people on our own side for pettiness and high school stuff or embarrassing moments or fear of brand trouble and that kind of stuff is really inappropriate, and we need to fight that.